Hey everyone, my name is Chad, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, the fifth in the series on JavaScript array methods you need to know as a software engineer, we'll take a look at the pop, shift, and unshift methods. Let's dive in. First up is the pop method, which allows you to remove or pop an item off the end of the array. This method returns the removed item, or undefined, if the array is empty. Let's see how it works. So we have an array of snacks here, and if we log them out to the console, we do see them over here. And I'm just going to add a helper function called eat, and each time it's called, we will go ahead and pop an item off the snacks array, and we'll store the return value in this snack variable. And let's go ahead and log out which snack we ate, as well as which snacks are left. So what happens when we call this function eat? So we'll go ahead and save this, and we see the initial snacks, and I ate chips, and these are the snacks that are left. And notice here that the snacks that are left no longer include chips because we popped it off the end of the array. So let's go ahead and eat the rest of the snacks. And after saving that, we see that we ate chips, cheese, strawberries, ice cream, and finally cookies. And notice here that the snacks left after we eat the last one is an empty array. Now if we call eat one more time, we see down here I ate undefined because calling pop on an empty array returns that undefined value. So after we ate cookies, that was the last snack in the array, and we had an empty array left, and we tried to pop another snack off of that empty array. We got undefined, and we still resulted with an empty array. Next up is the shift method, which is exactly the opposite of pop. So where pop removed an item from the end of the array, shift removes and returns the first item in an array, as well as returning undefined when called on an empty array. So I've removed all the calls to the eat function here, and we'll go ahead and change pop to shift. Now when we call eat, we now see I ate cookies in the console, whereas we saw I ate chips the first time when using pop. Calling eat a few more times, we can see that each snack is shifted off the start of the array until we have no items left, as indicated by the empty array over here in the console. So again, remember that we ate cookies, then ice cream, and so on and so forth, going through each time grabbing the first item off of the array. And calling eat once more, we'll see the same behavior as pop, where we get undefined when we call shift on an empty array. And in this case as well, we still wind up with an empty array. The last method we'll talk about in this video is unshift, which does exactly what you might think when considering how the shift method works. Where shift removes the first item in an array, unshift adds an item to the beginning of an array. So for this example, we'll start off with an empty array of snacks and a grocery cart array with the snacks from the previous examples. And of course, with this initial logging, we do see that our initial snacks is an empty array. And if we add a small helper function like we did with the other examples, we'll call this one buy snack. And inside this method, we'll go ahead and pop a snack off of the cart and store that into a snack variable. Now we'll take that snack and add it to the beginning of the snacks array with the unshift method. And we'll add a couple log statements to help keep track of what we bought and what we have after each purchase. So let's see what we get when we buy a snack. After saving that, notice in the console we get chips, since we popped that off the end of the cart array. Also note that chips is now in the snack array. And if we buy a few more snacks and save that, we can see that each time we call buy snack, we're getting the last snack in the cart array. And we can see that by the order in which we see these snacks. So chips, cheese, strawberries, and it's going backwards from the end of the cart array. And each time we get a new snack, that snack, for example cheese, is added to the beginning of this snacks array. until we get to the very end with an array of snacks owned that exactly matches the original cart array. So to recap, each time we bought a snack, we popped a snack off the end of the cart array and put it in the beginning of the snacks array using the Unshift method. Okay folks, that's all for pop, shift, and unshift in this JavaScript Array Methods video. If you learned something or enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and if you're interested in more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. If you have a request for a particular topic or a question about this video, definitely leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.